If you guys are looking to buy safe, cheap, and fast coins, don't forget to check out buyfifacoins.com. They have coins for all different types of consoles at really good prices. Don't forget also to use Fangs for your 5% discount, link in the description down below. Hey guys, how's it going? It is Fangs, and welcome to, I don't know, some FIFA news we're going to be doing on my channel here today. Remember back in the day, I don't know how long you've been watching my channel for, but you remember we did FIFA news. Well, this is just kind of stuff I saw on Twitter, and I was like, I have to react to this because I brought this up many moons ago, how I thought that FIFA was such a terrible game. We're not going to do this, cat. My cat's got her tail. She's about to put it in the screen. I talked about how bad of a game it was, and a lot of people decided to tell me, it's just because you're not good at the game. I know that I am not good at the game, but it still has terrible gameplay. And in the last couple of days, I've seen some crazy stuff happening, like one of the better players in the world, Young Buck Tex, actually talking about how unrewarding the gameplay is. Let's take a look at that.
Rewarding that anyone can win.
What?
The game is so like unrewarding that anyone can win. Like guys who aren't good can win on FIFA 20, and no one enjoys playing it. But you know,
He got you can tell he got a little bit like, he got a little bit nervous. No one enjoys, his voice went up, he got a little bit nervous there.
we're here, and I'm in the semi-final now. So yeah, that's that. The game is so like unrewarding that anyone can win. Like guys who aren't good can win on FIFA 20.
Not true. Some of us can't win. I'm just kidding. Yes, I can win the game. Whenever I played with that 15 million coin squad, I could win. So I totally understand what he's saying here. So you have one of your #1 pro players who you seem to make the game go towards now these days, because it's all about competitive FIFA, and I understand some people like that, but he's telling you that this game is unrewarding in front of everybody at these events. And I don't think I've seen anything reprimanded from this guy whatsoever, which is fine. He has the right to say exactly what he said right there. He's telling the absolute truth, and EA knows that, so they're not going to say anything about that. But then I saw a whole tweet come from, I do not follow him. I do know at one point, I know some about him. I've seen like the controversy that goes on with him. And at one point he did make a video, and it had something to do with me, out of being like some of the golden people, I feel like, or some of the people who get views from FIFA. I don't know. It was something derogatory. So I've never been the biggest fan of the person in the first place because he doesn't know me, and he made a video about me like, I never did anything or said anything to you, man, and you came at me. And I've never been an EA golden girl by any stretch of the imagination. They have never worked with me in my entire career, even though FIFA is my main game, and for most of the time, even kind of now, I was one of the only females really playing it, and the biggest one, and yet they just didn't care, obviously, because I had a coin sponsor. And you probably saw a coin sponsor at the beginning of this, but honestly, if you weigh out between the two of what you can get from like working with EA compared to what you can get with a coin sponsor, it just balances better on this end. Like, they tried to get me to actually, with some of their new, or the newest Corey, some of their new people, they tried to get me on board, and they were like, if you don't have a coin sponsor, then we will work with you and you can be a game changer. And I was like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. Maybe I'll think about that. Maybe that would probably be a little bit better. And then they were like, but you have to not have a coin sponsor for this amount of time. And I did that once. I actually, when this Rob trash of a human being Hudson was the community manager at one point, or whatever he was to them, Shoeboy might have been the community manager, I took a whole year off. And I didn't get paid for those coins because I was like, you know what, I'd like to work with EA. I like FIFA. I'd like to, work with them as a company. And they didn't work with me, as they did not work with Nick 2018, as they do not work with Nepenthes. They said, you take all this time off and that would happen. So I said, big middle fingers to you, and I'm gonna go ahead and keep making money while I'm doing this in my career. But anyway, so I got on Twitter and someone had retweeted Kurt, and so I don't know if I like agree with him as a person. I've seen some of the things he's done at events, and to me, like, I've actually watched a couple of the videos because I'm like, who is this person? So I went and watched him, and I'm like, man, he sounds like he like wants to be like the Conor McGregor of FIFA. It's just different for me or whatever, and he seems very intent on like what he thinks, and it is always going to be right, so it's not someone to really argue with because it's always going to be him that is correct. But he's apparently, an ex-pro FIFA player. He has to be ex-pro now because I think he got cut off from ever playing in any of the tournaments ever again, and he says that he's the best of the game, but I don't know if I've ever personally seen him win tournaments, so I don't know if that's considered the best, but anyway, I've seen some of his videos. I've seen kind of the things of what happened to get him banned from playing in tournaments. The whole thing, when it came to him spitting on like a scarf or something that he had, I thought like, honestly, just from my point of view, I thought it was stupid because he owns that scarf. Like, that's just like, back in the day, FIFA YouTubers used to take the FIFA games at the end of the year and put them in blenders and tear them into a million pieces in front of millions of people. And you never saw EA ban them from events. They had coin sponsors, they had all kinds of stuff. If JJ were to spit on a flag like that, they would allow it to happen. They would allow it to happen and they'd be like, yeah, sure, come to our events. So there is like a hypocrisy between what goes on with the two. But anyway, let's read and see what happened to him. Incredibly stuff, honestly. I take it that was a typo. I really hate that Twitter does not allow you to edit these by now. Banning me from their esports events wasn't enough. Trying to get my Twitch and YouTube channels banned wasn't enough. They now shut down my 10-year plus FUT founder account. No words. Okay, that, I didn't even read the end of that. That makes it 10 times worse. This is this guy's FUT founder account. I don't even have mine anymore because it got banned. I had like millions of accounts banned from having coin sponsors back in the day. But let's see what he got here. It says, your account has been disabled. You've been permanently blocked from this product due to violation of EA's terms of service. If you wish to continue using this product, you must register a new account. So you can come back, but we're getting rid of this account. You can come back and still give us your money and have to rebuild a team. This account you probably spent like, you know, who knows, the average person maybe like a couple of $100s on. People maybe his level who are getting those type of players, maybe $5,000 or more on. But we'll get rid of that one with the click of a button, and you just go ahead and come back anytime you want and make another account. And if we find out it's you, we'll probably ban that one too. But sure, we're trying to be a little nice about it. It says, oh, he got an email. We want to notify you that we found that your EA account is in violation of our user agreement. I've seen this email before. Specifically, your account was found to be in violation of terms focused on harassment, real life violence, or physically threatening. I haven't seen, I feel like I would see it more. Maybe he's like physically like talked trash to someone, like, I think he doesn't like Castro, so maybe he's talked trash to Castro or something like that, and that's what they're talking about there, because I remember the whole like fake thing that came out after something got banned of Kurt's, and it said, oh no, someone hacked into Corey's Twitter, and it said that there was like a DM from Castro that asked about him getting banned, but it was like obviously not. I get DMs from Castro, and it was obviously not Castro DMing that, because I know how he types, I know how many exclamation points and craziness he puts in there, and it was nothing close to it. But I haven't really seen him like actually harass anyone. I've seen him talk and say the truth about people, to say the truth about EA employees, which any community manager that EA has ever had, honestly, has been usually pretty much a douchebag. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I even think this Corey guy who told me he wanted me to like be a part of this game changer thing and then became Mr. Blinkmaster, like, they just don't care. They're complete douchebags to me. So I totally understand that. Not all EA, by the way. This is EA Sports FIFA. Other branches of EA are amazing. Madden EA, amazing. Freaking Battlefield EA, amazing. For some reason, the people at FIFA EA, I don't know if they hire uneducated people who like dropped out of high school and have like the mind capacity of a 12-year-old, but for some reason, it just doesn't correlate on that end. It just doesn't, but anyway, so he apparently has some real life harassment just because he says how bad the game is and how bad everything is and how bad things are run. Apparently that's harassment. So he can't do that. After receiving multiple reports and reviewing recent comments made online about EA employees, I'm pretty sure that other YouTubers back in the day made really bad videos about EA employees, the higher end EA employees, and they never got their accounts banned, but we have found them threatening and harassing in nature. Due to the repeated nature of these threats over time, the severity of the violation has led up to permanently close your account effective immediately. He must have people on top of him, like every video, an EA employee, like you must feel, at that point, no wonder he's like trying to act like the Conor McGregor of the Facebook community, because you must have a big head if someone cares that much about this one person talking about their game, that they probably watch all of his live streams, they probably watch all of his YouTube videos, and then they take actions like this because they just want to delete him from the face of the earth from FIFA, which you can't honestly in the end do. Like, you can change your IP address, you can get different consoles, you can play the game, but they will not ever allow him to show up to events, which he was, you know, in the pro scene, so that kind of sucks. We reserve account closure for the most serious breaches of the user agreement. Dang, they gave you the hammer. EA can also apply it in cases where account accumulates a number of violations over a period of time. If you think we sent this to you by mistake, you can get in touch with our terms of service team. Find out how to contact them in this article. Why don't they just give you an email to contact them? I hate whenever people send you to these like crazy articles. They're like, find out how to do this. So they pretty much, as a company, they know that their game is just really, really, really bad. And they don't care. They don't care. I see this with EA Sports FIFA a lot. They probably made this game 2 years ago or something. They're so behind on their game. They just make it to what it is, and then they don't fix it. Look at all these other games that come out right now. Call of Duty is one of the prime examples I can say where if something goes wrong or something needs to be fixed or they want to add something, they're on top of it. Like, they are on top of the scene, and maybe because they have to compete with places like Fortnite or PUBG and stuff like that. But EA, I guess, has nobody to compete with. They have PES, which PES is, you know, it gets better, but it's just not comparable to EA Sports FIFA. So they can just sit there and they can put out this ball of trash and totally just annihilate it and then not change a dang thing. And they do that all the time. They literally do that all the time for like since FIFA 17, I feel like. It has been nothing but problems, and they may go on to fix it, but you don't see those fixes till 2 years later, and there's already more problems. They have so much money. They've made so many packs. I mean, obviously, they tried to shut down the entire coin market, even though they were making probably billions of dollars, and they can't just sit for a second, get a team together, just a nice little team together to fix like key problems in the game. No, but if something happens in the game where, like, say you accidentally get free FIFA points for a day, that shit is gonna be fixed right away. And that's because they don't care. They've made all their money. They release the game. They make all their money. They once again release Team of the Year. Splash! They make all their money. And then they're back here. We're back here at it, and we're playing a game that we don't enjoy, but we love football in general. And this is the best football game that you can get out there right now. So it makes it really hard to completely turn off the fact, especially if you enjoy things that happen in the minis, or you enjoy like SBCs and different things like that and drafts, but it's just not enjoyable when you go to actually play the game against someone. Division rivals, just not enjoyable. I wish they'd bring back single player matches. I freaking don't care to be in division rivals sometimes. Some people don't care to do FUT champions. They just take a lot of the good out of the game and they just make it boring. Just boring and not fun to play, and you keep coming back to it because you love it and you have loved it, but you still think like, Jesus, why can you just not fix things? Anyway, so that's why they get harassed, and I don't totally, like, I don't know exactly what all he's done. I don't have a list of things that he's harassed them with. I've seen, obviously, like, key things, but I feel like this is petty, honestly. Like, it is very, very petty. They've had way worse things happen to them. Way bigger people, I don't like naming names, way bigger people attacking them in the past, and they have not even cared. Like, they would probably, like, gladly bring that person, to any of those people, to their event here today. Like, that's just how they are. So it just doesn't make sense. It's really backwards, and it just shows that they know what they're doing is really bad, and they know that what they released of a game is really bad, and they're just hoping that they can stop people like this guy, Kurt, from letting the whole world know that as well. I guess that's what I feel like is happening right here. I want to know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. Did you think that Kurt is in the wrong for speaking his mind all the time and saying all these things about EA? Do you think EA is wrong for going out and just banning a FUT Founder account that probably has put a lot of money into the game based on what they consider harassment? Let me know that in the comments down below. I mean, if you've got your main pro, this young kid, telling you that the game's not enjoyable, you've probably got to fix something. I feel like you got to fix something. I feel like they need to, but that is going to be it for this video here today. I just wanted to take a look at that with you guys, see what you guys think about it. If you did enjoy this and you want to see more stuff like this on the channel, don't forget, the thumbs up button is your best friend. Hit that thumbs up button, turn it whatever freaking color it turns these days. I think it's blue. Pretty sure it's blue. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and until next time, see you guys later.